You know, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
That's it.
LeBron James just got sucked into Diddy's chaos. And let's be real, it was only a matter of time before their history resurfaced. Remember when LeBron once joked, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party?" Yeah, turns out those parties might have been way more twisted than anyone thought. Word on the street, LeBron wasn't just kicking it with Diddy, he was allegedly scared of him. And guess who's exposing it all? None other than Katt "I don't hold nothing back" Williams. He's been dropping bomb after bomb, talking wild parties, secret deals, and creepy vibes behind the scenes. Katt says he saw it all with his own eyes. And now, whispers are getting louder about some explosive tapes floating around. Allegedly, they show some A-list.
You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
Yes.
the shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood.
Names getting real tangled in Diddy's darkest activities. Now this next part, straight up disturbing. Word is, Diddy didn't just party. He allegedly filmed every little thing. Yeah, everything. Supposedly, he had cameras set up and kept all the footage locked away like a stash, just in case someone ever crossed him or tried to step out of line. That's not just rumors either. Industry folks been talking. Jaguar Wright? She's been shouting this from the rooftops for years. Gene Deal? He backed it too. Said Diddy loved having dirt on folks, just in case he needed to shut someone down. This ain't no gossip. It's sounding more like a long-running, high-level hustle. That's how Diddy kept folks in line. He had receipts on everybody.
I sat right here and told y'all there was activity on the darknet. Videos were being distributed and were going to be sold for profit because the diddler needs the money. Did I not say that? Right here.
But now it looks like that whole power move just backfired big time. The feds stormed his spots in LA and Miami last year, and guess what they reportedly took? Those very tapes. Allegedly hours of wild footage stashed away like a digital time bomb, now in the hands of the government. LeBron? Yeah, he definitely wasn't turning Diddy down. And now that fresh leaks are coming out, it's looking real messy. Word is, he was out here living way too free at those parties, doing things no married man should ever be caught doing. Allegedly, he was posted up with mistresses like it was nothing, just enjoying the ride. And this mistress talk? Not even new. A while back, Drake's leaked DMs had people shook. He was allegedly boasting about setting LeBron up with some girls on the low so his wife wouldn't catch on. That's wild. All those years of alleged blackmail material, just sitting there, waiting to explode like a ticking scandal.
Those people who was caught at Diddy party did not know that he had 250 tape recorders in that house. That's a big house. But he had 250 tape recorders in that house that they took, that the feds found.
But hold up, it gets even crazier. Remember that viral photo of LeBron dressed like a French maid? Now personally, it looks heavily edited, but the internet swears it's real. Folks claim it came straight from one of Diddy's bizarre costume parties. And if that's true, no wonder LeBron was allegedly shook around him. LeBron ain't just scared. Some folks believe he's been under control for years. Makes you side-eye all those silent looks, tight-lipped interviews, and polite nods in a whole new way. You start to wonder.
They also seized evidence of the freak-offs. Electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims.
Was he really just minding his business, or was something holding him back? And let's not act like this is some random conspiracy. It's starting to look like a whole pattern. Just look at who Diddy's always surrounded himself with. Kanye already rang the alarm. He said straight up, they controlled LeBron. They controlled Jay-Z. And now, that's hitting a little too close to home. They got dirt on all of them. That's what's been echoing online. And now more people are listening. Every time Kanye went off, folks wrote him off as just talking wild. But real talk, he might have been loud, but he wasn't always lying. The names he threw out, Meek Mill, Jay-Z, LeBron, they're all looking a bit too close to the fire now. Meek already got exposed in his own right. Jay-Z, been way too silent for someone always in the mix. And LeBron, his name's blowing up lately, To make it even messier, fans been digging up old footage.
Sure convinced the gang that it was rooted in love when it isn't. Show me how different we are. There's black. Yo, LeBron, the secret you've been had is the worst secret everybody in the industry doesn't know. That's why we all been looking at Drake to be like, Drake, you might lose a ring, nigga. Stop playing. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing. Don't you see Drake is in crash out mode?
Connecting dots, and it's painting a shady picture. So now, with Diddy getting dragged for throwing parties that some are calling straight out of hell, yeah, that old quote don't sound so harmless anymore. But here's where it gets even more twisted. People ain't just talking about the parties anymore, they're talking about what might have been happening behind those closed doors. And it ain't just flashy outfits and champagne. Nah. Folks are whispering about some serious stuff, things that go way beyond wild nights. Insiders are claiming Diddy was running those events like some underground operation, where guests weren't just watching the show, they were the show. Allegedly, everything was recorded, archived, and kept for leverage. That's not just blackmail, that's control. Straight up puppet master moves. Now guess who's sweating? The same big names who stayed silent all these years. Because if the feds really got their hands on all that footage, that could blow the lid off Hollywood and the music game in ways we've never seen before. And if LeBron's face pops up in even one clip, that's not just a PR nightmare. That's a full-on legacy meltdown. And let's not forget, people been warning us. From Katt Williams to Jaguar Wright, they've been saying this wasn't just about partying. It was about power. Diddy knew who to invite and what to capture. So now,
they could control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Not you, man.
But they can't control.
With the heat closing in, the question ain't if someone's getting exposed, it's when. And don't think this stops with just a few celebs getting caught up. Nah, this thing's way deeper. Word is, Diddy's parties weren't just random get-togethers, they were invitation only, and only the elite got the call. Athletes, rappers, executives, even actors. If you were hot in the industry, chances are you were there at least once. But here's the kicker. Some insiders say these parties were like a test. You walk in clean, but if you slip up, boom, they got you.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
One wrong move, one wild moment, and your whole career's hanging on a flash drive. That's how some people allegedly climbed the ranks while others stayed silent, afraid to speak out. It wasn't about talent, it was about leverage. And LeBron, he's not just a basketball star, he's a brand, a billionaire, a global face. So if even he might have gotten caught in that web, that says everything. Fans are now side-eyeing his old interviews, his associations, and his extra careful image. Like, was he protecting his name or was he protecting secrets? And guess who else people keep bringing up? Jay-Z. Every time his name gets thrown into the mix, he plays it cool, stays low-key, says nothing. But silence don't mean clean. With everything going down, folks are finally asking, who knew what and for how long? Now here's where things start looking real calculated. People ain't just questioning who was at those parties, they're asking why certain folks kept getting invited back. Some say Diddy was handpicking people he knew had something to lose. The bigger the name, the bigger the risk, and the better the leverage. Allegedly, some guests weren't even aware they were being filmed at first. Hidden cameras, secret setups, everything staged to look casual until it wasn't. And by the time folks figured it out, it was already too late. The footage was in the vault, locked away. That's when the power dynamic flipped. Now you're not a guest, you're a pawn. And now the industry's shaking.
You gotta ask, what exactly went down at these parties that made LeBron so loyal or scared?
People in the business are going ghost, canceling appearances, staying offline, laying low, like they already know what's coming. Meanwhile, whispers are spreading that Diddy ain't the only one with tapes. Word is, some of his inner circle made their own backups, just in case. So even if he goes down, the blackmail game might keep running. As for LeBron, his image is on the edge. Every new headline is pulling him deeper into the mess. He went from MVP to maybe being another piece in this whole twisted empire. You really gotta wonder, what was going down at those parties that made LeBron stay so loyal or so shook? And Katt Williams, that man been blowing the whistle for years. He's not just talking trash, he's calling out the whole system. Said folks were selling their souls, doing creepy rituals, and signing shady deals in the dark just to stay on top. And guess who he specifically pointed at? Diddy. Katt even said he turned down $50 million, not once, but 4 times, just to protect himself. Think about that. What kind of madness must have been happening for someone to walk away from that kind of cash just to stay clean? And yep, Katt said Diddy personally tried to bring him into the mess. But Katt stood firm, said hell no, and kept it moving. Now LeBron, that man's been silent. No denial, no comment, just vibes. He went to the parties, smiled for the cameras, allegedly rocked some wild outfits, and now it's looking like the past might be creeping up on him. We're not saying LeBron committed any crimes, but if he was at those parties, and those parties got recorded, and now the feds got the tapes, man, something's not adding up. The internet's already lit. One user said, if these tapes are real, LeBron better start praying. Another said, LeBron the G-O-A-T? The G-O-A-T of what?
LeBron, that man ain't saying nothing. He went to the parties, smiling, vibing, allegedly getting dressed up. And now them chickens look like they're coming home to roost.
One even joked, LeBron's cheeks got clapped. This got people asking, was he just in the wrong place at the wrong time? Or did he get caught up for real? Let us know what you think in the comments. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to see it. Stay locked in, and we'll catch you on the next one.